Let's talk about peptides for a minute. If you're like me, you see the word peptide everywhere on all your products. But just because something says peptide on the label doesn't mean it's actually doing anything for you. And that's where OneSkin's OS1 peptide is different. Some peptides just sit on the top of the skin, but OS1 goes deeper. It's scientifically formulated to penetrate the cells within skin's deeper layers, improving key skin health markers like collagen production, hydration, and skin barrier function. And not only that, OS1 is proven to remain stable from the lab to your countertop. So if you're not getting results from your peptide, it might be time to take a closer look. All of OneSkin's topical supplements are backed by lab and clinical studies. You guys know I've been using OneSkin's face topical supplement for months. You guys, my skin looks great. It is completely working for me. I need anything I can these days to help with the collagen production, and this is really working for me. OneSkin was founded in 2016 by an all-woman team of scientists with PhDs in skin regeneration, stem cell biology, immunology, and bioinformatics. You guys, this is a bunch of smart ladies. Like I said, founded and led by an all-woman team of skin longevity scientists and experts, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with the proprietary OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. Get 15% off with code PINKSHADE at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with code PINKSHADE. After you purchase, they'll say, "Where did you hear about us?" Please say Pink Shade. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in your health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you. Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Tuesday. It's TLC Tuesday. I'm here with Kimberly. We're going to talk about thank the Lord, our national nightmare is over before the 90 days. Season 7 is done.
We need
Boom.
like a mission accomplished banner. But then it would be like, not quite, because the next season is just going to start again.
But we do have a 1 week break.
You're right. We
have a 1 week break. Do I know what's going to be in this spot next week? No, I do not. No, I don't. I got to talk to Ingrid. You know what I might put up? I might put up a Hey Bunky from the weekend. So just people could see what Amy and I are doing over there, talking about 90 Day Last Resort and just how wildly hilarious it is.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I think
it might encourage people to join.
That's right. It might encourage people to see what they're missing.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are starting to join to get ready for the Love is Blind coverage.
Ooh.
Yeah. People were writing me like, I unjoined, but I'm rejoining back. I get that Love is Blind.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to get on that Love is Blind train.
And everybody, well, the people that have seen it so far, and that person will be me later today. I am going to start watching it because we're starting to record this week. Say it's like really good and wholesome, and nobody seems to be like has secret children or anything like that, like last season.
I think I prefer secret children.
Oh, listen, you can't have a show with this many people. Let me show you the list. This many people. That's the cast.
That's more people than I know.
Yeah. You can't have that many people on a cast and somebody
doesn't have secrets.
Somebody's going to have secrets and they're going to be a bad person.
Yes.
I'm going to just look at this list right away. I'm going to look at the guys, of course.
Tell by their names. Douchey names.
Adam, Alex. Alex is a commercial real estate broker. He's got potential just by job alone. Andrew, realtor, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Maybe he knows Joey.
I'm just looking at the guys. Benji says he's an entrepreneur.
No, I have a bad feeling about Benji.
What about Brian? Brian's a wine bar owner.
Could be douchey.
Could also be the best boyfriend you've ever had. You get free wine. Let's see. I'm just looking at other people that may have questionable jobs. Now, Joey says physician, associate. Does
What
that
is?
mean physician's assistant, like almost a doctor?
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. Hey, I'm an associate to a physician too. It's my brother-in-law. He's my associate. What do you
Sounds a
mean?
little bit like Faya. She's a physical therapist assistant,
Assistant.
which is
Front
fine.
desk.
They
She
are
works.
great
She
people.
works the front desk. There's no way. Ooh, Mason's a cinematographer.
Okay.
That's gonna be the
I'm gonna need
guy
to look him up on IMDb and see what he's done.
immediately. And let's see for the guys. Oh, we've got a girl that's a colonoscopy nurse. I like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I like her. Her name's Taylor. She's my favorite. I've not even seen a picture of any of these
I wonder
people.
why she specified that
Oh, I don't know.
and not
Because
just said,
sometimes you would specify like I'm a labor and delivery nurse, or
yeah,
sometimes you do
it's just
specific,
colonoscopies.
specific. They put that on there to make us talk about it.
Uh-huh, it's working.
And what do you think?
Important, get your screenings done, everybody. I'm not
Yeah,
saying colonoscopies aren't important.
I love a colonoscopy. I do. You feel so thin the next day. Take a really good nap. And then we have Tom, who's a management consultant, which means he does not have a job.
Right.
Mhm.
Management
So we've broken it
consultant.
down without seeing the people or knowing one thing about them.
But I
So
feel like it's going to be accurate. We know what we're doing at this point.
I, we've been around the block, guys.
Yeah.
We've been around the block. It's funny when I was talking to both Sarah and Malaysia of Sold on SLC, and those interviews, guys, are on the free feed from this past Friday and the Friday before. I was saying to them, I go, with our reality watcher eye, we could tell in the first episode, production hates Matt and wants us to hate Matt
Mm-hmm.
immediately.
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, it's douchey. Yeah. I go, but we can't, but it's counterintuitive what they're showing of. He was realtor of the year. He's got this great family, but you could tell production hated him
Gotcha.
right away.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been watching enough of these shows where you can tell in the first 5 minutes, oh, production hates this guy and wants us to hate him too.
We've seen that on 90 Day. We've seen someone get the best edit in their season, and you're like, wow, they're great. And then the next season, they get the worst edit, but their partner gets the best edit. And you're like, were we wrong? Are we just sheep that follow whatever
Yes.
they are telling us with the editors or
Yeah.
mind manipulators?
Same with Housewives. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I hate this one. The next one, oh my God, she's sweet. She's a
Except for me,
star.
because I missed Mary Cosby on our Traders live stream.
Yeah, Mary has had a comeback. Mary's had a comeback.
I know. It doesn't mean that I forgive everything from before.
No. She was still a cult leader, and maybe she's still trying to get that going. I don't know. She said the church is going to open back up, so they've been
What,
closed for
it
renovations
closed?
for 2 years. Yeah.
Oh,
hmm
So they just didn't have any sort of worship, even though
Guess
couldn't
not.
they have just used another building?
Or a lot of people do it on Zoom.
Yeah.
Unclear, but you know what? She was present and being funny on this past season of Salt Lake City, so all is forgiven.
Not by me, but by Mary Payne.
Not by Kimberly. Did you like the Instagram reel that I put out of Beyonce looking stunned, saying, "This is Kimberly when I say there's 4 parts"?
I laughed out loud.
Huh? That was hilarious. I was obsessed. Okay, I want to talk about the Grammys. I was completely obsessed with the bodyguard with Beyonce.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Couldn't
Her?
see any.
Him?
It was a man. Couldn't see anything else. When they would show like a back of the room shot, and like Trevor Noah would be kind of on that thing in the middle where he would be talking.
Mhm.
Behind him, you could see Taylor and Jack Antoff. You could see Gracie Abrams, who had on a wedding veil for some reason. You could see the people, Billy, her mom, Phineas, everybody. You could see the people in the front row behind him, and just right next to Beyonce, but at a table behind her, but really within one arm of her. He could have reached his arm and snatched her back. Was this bodyguard, and I kept noticing him. She got up to receive her award the first time and the second time. He followed her and stood directly in front of the stage. Her table was in front of the stage, so he only had to walk about 11 inches, but went and stood directly in front of her while she was on the stage.
Yeah, I'm actually not surprised because
it was wild.
There must be a lot of bad stuff going on, death threats. I
Now,
know
I
a
didn't
lot of
Blue Ivy or Jay-Z's, person. This person was specifically with Beyonce.
with
She went
Fiance.
on the stage to get her award. She said her blah, blah, blah twice, and he went up the side steps and went right with her off the stage.
Wow, that's crazy.
Real close. Like I must be within one pinky of me at all times.
Wow.
It was something. I was
Wow.
very interested in that, and I haven't gone to the Reddit or the Blue Sky or wherever we go to get our information to figure it out.
Mhm.
But I did enjoy every time anybody gets up and sings. Taylor just gets up and shakes her ass like it's the first concert she's ever been to.
I know. And she says, like, she's been doing that for
Yeah, a long time.
15 years. She says people make fun of her. She doesn't care. She said when you're performing to these industry crowds, everyone just sitting there like crossing their arms staring at you. It's the
Yeah,
worst feeling. And she's like, I want to support everybody up on stage.
yeah.
Plus, you're getting like a front row ticket to like these amazing performances.
All these great. I mean, Billie
Yeah.
Eilish, of course, was the second person to perform, and Taylor was just like birds of a feather,
Yeah.
woo! She was just like dancing, and
Yeah.
Billie was doing the same when Charlie XCX was singing. Billie was up and down and jumping because Billie's on that song that she
Oh,
sang. Billie's on that track that she sang. She just, it
she
was
wasn't
just
part
her.
of the performance.
No, it's just her voice was piped into the background, and
Gotcha.
Billie was mouthing it from her seat.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
During that song, I think Taylor was dancing with Alicia Keys' son in the
Sure.
audience. It was very cute. She was like spinning him around and they were holding hands. It was very funny.
Yeah, I loved everything about it. Now, what is ironic, I saw a really good tweet or something about, I don't know, let's don't say it was a tweet. Let's say it was Blue Sky or something else. And we saw somebody said um, the irony of Taylor giving Beyonce award when Kanye was kicked out of the building is not lost on all of us.
Yeah.
What
He
the
was
fuck is?
kicked out of the building?
Did you not see what he and his wife went on the red carpet?
No.
Okay, please, right this minute, take your phone off airplane mode and look it up. I need your live reaction. Kanye West and wife on red carpet, Grammys 2025.
So
And
they weren't invited?
no, they were invited until they went on the red carpet and then they were asked to leave. And when you see the picture, you will understand.
Here's a briefly spoke to his wife, and then
No.
she dropped her coat.
Do you see the picture?
He asked, there's a lip reader who says that he asked his partner to start making a scene now.
Did you see the picture? Is all I'm asking.
Why does she look like
Let's see if I can
Kim
just.
K, kind of?
Why does she always look like Kim K? Let's see. I sent it last night to Kate Casey. Let's see if I can find it. And Heather
Oh,
McDonald.
it's see-through.
Uh, okay. You're calling that see-through, or
Wait,
you're calling it
haven't seen the picture
fully
yet.
nude? Fully nude.
Oh my God.
Now, do you see it?
Yeah.
She's fully nude.
Oh my God.
Now they have
Didn't
pictures
he
of her.
date? He has had these. I mean, Kim has worn a something that had more on it, but it was like nude colored, gave the illusion of nudeness.
This is just she literally is nude with it's like she cut off part of like hosiery,
yeah,
like
it's
nylons.
hosiery.
It's
Yeah,
hosiery. And it's her vag, everything. There's not one thing. Everything.
oh.
Can you even imagine?
Wow.
I mean, you are looking at this picture, right? Let's see. Oh, fuck, where'd it go? Oh my God, excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Oh, damn it to hell.
Well, I think I'm looking at censored photos
Oh,
because
okay. Well, let me show you one that's not.
well, I don't need to see. I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of the human body, but I don't need to see it.
No, so they were
But I'm
escorted.
more
They were
curious
asked to
about
leave.
kicked
They were
out.
asked.
Kicked out because of this dress or because he wasn't.
That's public nudity, Kimberly.
Well,
Jeez.
yes, I know. But I'm also wondering, was he kicked out because he wasn't invited?
No, he probably was invited. Yeah. So there was a huge after party, and there's lots of pictures of the after party as well. And that she has on like a similar material, but it's black and it's a bodysuit. So it's just like a sheer black bodysuit, which
Okay.
I guess in the scheme of things is less offensive.
Mm-hmm.
But like what Kate Casey said, he loves to humiliate women. That's his jam.
Mm-hmm.
That's his jam. Likes to humiliate women. Yeah. So anyway, Taylor presents an award for best country album to Beyonce
Yeah.
while Kanye's kicked out.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that's our happy moment for February. January's over.
Thank
Now
God.
everything's going to be fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all fine.
Everything's fine.
Yellow Jackets is coming back.
I know.
I'm just
Why-
clinging to that. I restarted my rewatch. I started my rewatch.
I need to do that. But I've got to watch Love is Blind. I've got 6 episodes to watch by next week, which isn't that bad, except for that I have to take notes.
Yeah.
It's that time of year where mama gets real stressed.
Mm-hmm.
And I start warning everybody in this house. I'm stressed. You want to stay away from me.
It's Love is Blind season.
It's Love is Blind season. I said to Dave,
Like
I go,
you're
best
an
start Love is
accountant, and it's like, don't talk to her during
Yes.
tax season, or like football play, don't talk during Super Bowl season. But
Yeah.
you are like,
yeah,
it's Love is Blind season.
Yes, I've explained that to my family, and they said, whoa, 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 don't yell at us. We'll go in the other room. So, y'all, how happy are we that January is over? My gosh, goodbye, January. Hello, February. February is the month of love. And you know what can keep your love alive in and out of the bedroom? It's Via. You can keep that Valentine's Day energy going and elevate your passion using the natural power of cannabis with Via. Via has developed a unique blend of pleasure-enhancing cannabinoids, libido-strengthening herbs, and a medium dose of THC all into one mind-blowing gummy called High Love. We're talking about pairing those aphrodisiac herbs with a mild amount of THC. Their best-selling High Love gummy will awaken your senses, increase blood flow, if you know what I'm saying, and intensify any sexual experience. Trusted by over 500,000 customers, Via is well-renowned for their award-winning THC and TH-free gummies, THCA flower, soothing tropicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted, independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships to nearly all states in the United States in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee. No medical card required. So if you're over 21, treat yourself to 15% off. And if you're new to Via, get a free gift of your choice with our exclusive code PINKSHADE at viahemp.com. I'm going to spell this to you. VIIAHEMP.com. Okay. Again, VIIAHEMP.com. That's viahemp.com, and use code PINKSHADE to get 15% off. And if you're new, you'll get a gift of your choice. Do it. All right, but this is before the 90 days. It is season 7, episode 23, Tell All Part 4. I did not watch what I'm just calling Hype House, which is Pillow Talk House.
Yeah.
I did not watch that. So since you did watch it, as we're going, please interject
Sure.
with funny things. I will say that Veronica told me that Brian was there. And then she said, and Vea wasn't there for obvious reasons. So I wrote back and said, oh, because she has that brain tumor. And she didn't ever answer me, but now I think it's because, yeah. But now I think it's because she married somebody else.
Yeah, because you sent me a thing saying she married the dog walker.
She married the dog walker,
what was
guys.
the date on that?
I don't know. So maybe
So they were not married, obviously, at the time of this tell-all. So this tell-all was filmed a while ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Crazy, right?
I'm shocked, actually, that she married
I'm shocked that me too. I'm not shocked that she and Sunny, have fundamental differences and broke up.
Yeah.
I'm not.
No.
But I am shocked that the dog walker who she had one date to Disneyland became a husband.
Well, he is more than a dog walker. Not that that's not.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Okay, tell me. How do you know that?
It was in that thing that you sent me.
Oh, I only read the headline. Sorry. For those of you who just heard, I did take a sip of my drink. I'm very sorry. I'm going to take the note.
Part-time in the military and a policeman.
Oh, all right. Well, he's got 3 jobs then. All right. All right. Well, I'd like to know the background of that. So I will text Veronica to say, is that what you meant? Because she never answered me, which probably meant she said too much and she got nervous.
Yeah.
But now we know the answer. So Veronica, you didn't spill anything. All right. So we open with Faith saying, don't push me to make the decision. Don't push me. Okay. And he goes, I'm not. It's okay. And she goes, it's a no. So she didn't need to be pushed. She had it right there at tip of tongue.
I thought she was going to say, it's a no for me, dog.
That would have been legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, okay, it's a no. It's a no. It's okay. And she cries and says, I don't want to end this because I know you're so good. You're such a
Mm-mm.
good person. And I
Yeah.
love you, Lauren.
What?
Okay. Joe says, listen, people are going to see how you are a really good and genuine person, Faith, and they're going to like you. And you're going to be able to find a normal boyfriend. I was like, all right, Joe, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. And Lauren goes, yeah. I mean, if that's what she wants. Which Lauren's like, you're right. She could. Wait a minute. Did you just insult me? Yeah. Sean thanks Esther for coming. And then Faith says, thank you, Esther, for being such a good friend, which was nice.
That was nice.
Bye-bye, Esther. We're not going to solve your codependency on Lauren today. Bye. And Joe goes, so, Faith is crying and Joe goes, it's okay. Be strong, Faith. Be strong. Seriously, you can find a normal guy. I promise.
Screaming at her.
Yeah, please. So she's just bawling.
Be strong. No cry.
And Sean goes, well, seems like Lauren and Faith, you have a lot to talk about. We wish you the best. Okay,
Yeah.
break
Which
time.
we are not going to do today.
Break time. Vanya says to Lauren, they're standing up and eating. And she says, I'm thankful for you for sharing your story with us. What story? So
what
where
story? She's like, it made me understand you better.
We didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it.
We didn't hear it. When I interviewed Vanya, she said she really kind of felt bad for Lauren. She felt like he'd had a lot of, childhood trauma. And
That's
so
definitely possible. Yeah.
Maybe. And he just wants
he
to be
never
loved.
smiled as a child and they took him to doctors. And so then he started smiling forcibly.
Yeah. Which is serial killer vibes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So maybe he told some story, but since nobody believes what he says and he just embellishes everything.
Right. It's hard to tell if he really does have Asperger's or autism spectrum disorder, but it didn't carry over.
Yeah, that's interesting how you could just be cured of it. But
yeah, it doesn't carry over.
It's interesting. So
it's like extra data on your phone month to month.
Oh.
It doesn't carry over.
Oh. Does anybody still do that?
I don't know. The first thing I thought of.
All right. And he says, whatever Faith wants, whatever she wants, I'm going to wait, whatever she wants. And Vanya goes, oh, okay. You think she's going to come back? And he goes, I don't know. I'm not the best person. So no reason for her to.
Truth bumps.
Yeah. He said, but I'm devoted to helping her if she lets me. She's a good person. So why not? This is not a charity case. This is not white savior. She's not asking you to help her. She wants someone to love her and be her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I'm devoted to helping her if she lets me. She's a good person, so why not? And he cries. And she goes, oh, why are you crying?
Was that crying or was that flinching? He's flinching because something is too hot in the back of his throat, like a pepper hit the back of his throat.
And he goes, yeah, I'm crying because I love her a lot. I know she's hurting. I know she's hurting a lot. And Vanya is being very sweet to him. And to that we say, thank you, Vanya.
Also, effing Yoshiko, who thinks that Vanya is not motherly. She's babying the hell out of the men on this stage.
She is.
And she would be a great mother. She's given them way more grace and shoulder pats than they deserve.
True. All right, Brian and Ingrid. So
also, they didn't even get to finish their food. Did you notice? Like Vanya hadn't even put the salad dressing on her salad, and they're like, "Okay, back to the stage." It's like you just got them food, and they had to eat standing up.
It also seems like they eat 6 times a day.
That's true. It's
So maybe
maybe a lot of little meals.
maybe a little tiny meals. So no, people don't have to get up and go to the bathroom. Um, all right, Brian and Ingrid. So let's look at some unseen moments of Brian seeing the sights. So Niles goes, he was seeing the sights, all right. Um, and he says, a couple of days ago, when me and Ingrid, me and May, when a couple of, sorry, every time, a couple of days ago, when me and Ingrid weren't in a good place and I thought we might break up, I went on Brazilian Cupid and met Anna.
Oh my God.
Now, I think he was still seeing Ingrid at this time.
Yeah, for
So he
sure.
just had a night off because probably Ingrid had to be with her kids or something. And he was like, let's see what's doing over there on Brazilian Cupid.
Because
So,
no way he started talking to someone and then asked them out for that night.
yeah, well,
Well, I
maybe.
mean, maybe. I don't know.
He says, and so I'm going to go to this bar and I let Anna know where I would be in case she wants to come and hang out. So Anna comes in and literally just from the editing, from what we see, the first thing he says is, how old are you? 23. um, and she says she's 42. And he goes, oh, wow. I thought you were 30 because you have braces. No, he didn't. He didn't say that part, but he definitely thought she
Uh-huh.
was younger.
Yeah.
He definitely was like, ew, 42. Gross.
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 Shouldn't you be in a wheelchair like me, but like a Grammy wheelchair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, do you
And
need
he's,
like some do you are those braces for your dentures?
it's, he
Is that
couldn't,
what's happening?
he's never met a woman this old.
No.
Never. And he goes, well, I'm 51. It's no secret. It's no secret. I'm 51. And he thinks
It's except on the websites that I'm on and to Ingrid.
do you think that she was like, I didn't ask if it, what are you talking about? What are you
Why
saying?
would I assume it
Secret.
was a secret?
Yeah. No secret. No secret. I'm 51. And he goes, so what do you think about my wheelchair? And she goes, it's not a big thing for me. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It actually makes me more curious about you. And he goes, okay. They're outside. And when they cut to this shot of him in his wheelchair and her, and she's got to be 7 feet tall. She
Yeah,
is so much taller. His face comes up right to her crotch, which is where he wants to be anyway.
exactly.
Yeah. And he goes, "Oh, I'm feeling very different after this day, very alive, very happy. And like I was wanting and deserving some attention. And what I felt like in the last hour surpasses what I felt in the last 2 weeks with Ingrid. Joe goes, wow.
And
Wow.
like, why did you keep trying?
But I guess because of the show. I don't know. I don't know. And Joe says, wow. And Ingrid
Why did
goes,
you like buy presents for her son and insist on meeting her parents and her son?
mm.
Like inserting yourself more in their life if you did not feel it.
I think he got a free trip to Brazil and he was like, I'm going to play the odds. I'm going to meet as many chicks as I can and maybe one will stick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So Joe says, wow. And Ingrid goes, congratulations. And Sean goes, okay, let me get this straight. So you and Ingrid broke up in the afternoon and you met her that night? And he goes, yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah. And Sean goes, okay, well, that was really quick because I mean, they had to get it okayed with that restaurant, set up
Mm-hmm.
production, get this other person mic'd. He definitely had met her before and they had arranged all this the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And Vanya goes, you know what? My timeline wasn't really the same, like that, but I did sort of the same thing. It worked out for me short term. So, and Brian goes, yeah, I met her that night in Brazil and she spent a few days with me. And yeah, it was great. Where was Ingrid? And Vanya says, did you have sex with her? And he goes, yeah, duh. What do I look like? A monk? Of course I did. Yeah. So Sean says, Ingrid, what do you think about this? And Ingrid goes, I don't care.
Yeah.
She goes, I don't care. Congratulations to him. I won't invalidate his feelings if that's how he feels. Congratulations,
I
whatever.
loved that.
The faces that she was pulling was like, huh? I mean,
I
she
know.
was screwing her face up like mushy face. It was
Yeah.
great.
But at least she said, I don't care.
She goes, I don't
Even
care.
though her face was lying.
I think she is so happy to have dodged this bullet and got her
Yeah.
$200 Amazon gift card for being on the show. And she's like,
Sure.
please.
Yeah.
So Brian, you said you met someone new. So is it Anna? And he goes, no, I met someone from Colombia. Hey, he's taking it to a different country.
Wow, congrats.
Question mark? He met someone from Colombia. They've been talking for about 8 months.
How old is she?
Are you divorced from that woman in Recife?
Right.
Question. So he says, they said, have you been with her in person? He goes, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, all you people are so stupid. He goes, yeah, of course. She came to Chicago to visit me for 2 months and stayed with her sister. We spent time together. And let me show you this. And he pulls out this like blinged out Jay-Z style necklace with an N. And he goes, it's an N for Nazi. So Nazi comes on and Sean says, Nazi, here's Ingrid. Ingrid, here's Nati. Ingrid is an ex-girlfriend. And Niles goes, one of many. And
Oh,
Sean,
Niles.
and Sean says, Ingrid, do you want to give Nati any advice or things to look out for with Brian? And Ingrid goes, yeah. So if he asks for help, help him. If he doesn't, don't help him. He would refuse my help and then get angry when I ask to help him. All right. So
I wish
Nati,
she had said he's lying to you about everything. Make
yeah.
sure you know his real age. Did you know that how many times he's been married and how many times he's been engaged?
I really thought on one of
You
these
know how old
earlier
his father
episodes,
is.
he said he was 52. I really
I
thought
thought
he
he
said
said 52 also.
Mhm.
And now he's saying 51. Yeah.
Right, right. So Natty says, well, I agree with Ingrid. Brian is a little angry sometimes. Now, everybody, all the other cast members are like, uh-oh. And she goes, maybe it's his culture, but many times he screams and his voice goes up and up and up, and it continues. Now, did you notice when she's saying this, he's putting his fingers to his lips like, shh, shh,
Yes.
shh. Is
Like
he
he's
saying
being
it to,
charming. Like, shh, stop talking. Shh. Yeah.
I didn't know if he was shh to the other people on the couch that were like, bro, or to Ingrid, who was like, yeah.
No, he's telling it to Nati to be like, stop talking. Stop calling me
Like,
out.
like, uh, oh, you silly girl. Look at me. I'm so charming. I would never.
Yeah.
And she says, and Sean goes, okay, really? So what does he get mad about? And she goes, sometimes he gets mad about my clothes. And he goes, yeah, sometimes she dresses provocatively. And then, when she went home, she was taking pictures on guys' backs at the gym. And that's not my type of woman. My girlfriend wouldn't do that. Maybe like Adnan. I don't play that. Okay.
I can't. Also, why do you keep trying to date women from these other countries that are and then say don't dress provocatively? Like
Right.
you're going to date women in Brazil and say don't dress. That's how they dress there.
That's how they dress. That's why
'Cause
you
it's
like them in the
freaking
first
hot
place.
as balls
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah. And that's why you were attracted to them in the first place.
That's what you wanted.
What were they wearing when you first DM'd them?
Yeah, exactly.
And she goes, so he says she was taking pictures on guys' backs, like multiple pictures, and that's not my type of woman. Like, so he's shaming her, like she's a whore, and that's not my
Yeah.
type of woman.
Mhm.
So Natty goes, so I won a CrossFit competition, and in the picture, the two girls that won jumped on the two guys' backs.
Yeah.
So we see
It
the
was
picture. It's like the two girl winners jumped on the two
Uh-huh.
guy winners' backs. She goes, it wasn't a big deal. And Adnan says, Natty, he lies to you. He doesn't care if you don't cover up. He likes to show everything. That's what he said. Go ahead, showing what you want. That's what his advice was to me and my wife. But I like to cover my wife. And Niles goes, how the hell did this end up back on your relationship?
Thank God. Every segment
He
has
tries so
become
hard.
about Adnan's relationship.
Sean goes, okay, back to Brian and Natty. Natty, what do you like about him? And she goes, oh, Brian is a nice person, but sometimes I'm shocked because we fight a lot. She's continuing to say this. She
Yeah.
could only say he's a nice person, but then had to
Mhm.
caveat it.
Mhm.
And they go, why? What do you fight about? And she goes, I discovered he liar me.
Mm.
And he goes, girl, you crazy. I don't know what she's talking about lying. If anybody knows me in and out, it's one of my 7 fiancés. No, it's Natty. If anybody knows me, it's her. And she goes, I don't know. When I was in Chicago visiting, he went with another girl. He told me it was a client, but I discovered it was another situation. And Brian goes, there's those women. She's just suspicious and jealous. You know how women be. Am I right, guys?
You just told her you didn't like how she dressed and didn't want her talking to another guy at the gym.
He is such a piece of shit. And then he says, look, I have a friend named Anna, a different one. She's a dentist or whatever. Excuse me, is she's a dentist or whatever? If she's a dentist, she is a doctor, and you take pride on that name. Don't say she's a
It's like
dentist or whatever.
she is educated instead of staying home cooking and drawing my bath. And
She's an
so she's
educated
not
woman.
my kind of woman.
Yeah, dresses like a whore in the dental office. She's a dentist or whatever, and I gave her a ride around Chicago. And Sean goes, okay, so are you saying you've never lied to Natty? And he's like, look at me, just cute and innocent. And Lauren goes, it's a yes or a no. Lauren does
Yeah,
like
if
finger guns
Lauren
at him.
is calling you a liar.
When Lauren is saying you need to tell the truth, he says, it's a yes or a no. And he goes, well, yeah. So, I mean, she knew about Anna. Yeah. But like, never lie. I mean, everybody, I mean, am I right? Like, I don't know. He just talks in a circle. And Sean goes, have you lied about another woman? And he goes, no, 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 no. But like I said, she's super protective and jealous. And Natty says, no, it's not jealous. I want a relationship with a real person who will respect me. And I don't know if he respects me. Sean goes, have you been intimate? And he goes, yeah, of course. And Sean says, all right, Natty, we're all dying to know, how was sex with Brian for you? And she says,
I wasn't dying to know.
I am, because we can't get anybody to admit it, And she goes, it's different. It was different, but no pressure. He was a gentleman about it. And we took time, we took time for trying to have sex. And Ingrid goes, he respected her and no pressure. Huh. What's the difference between her and me? And Brian goes, every situation is different. And that's just her opinion, meaning Ingrid's. That's just her opinion. And I'm just so happy we didn't do anything. Like I told Ingrid, I'm so happy we didn't do anything.
Every situation is different. Sometimes I pressure women into having sex and get mad when they don't want it. And sometimes I let them go at their own speed.
All right.
Just depends on the situation.
So Sean goes, so are you going to be taking your daughter's advice just to chill? And he goes, listen, it's easy for a lot of people that are walking around to say, yeah, you should just chill and not date. But, I've had friends younger than me in my wheelchair rugby team that have died. I could get a blood clot that travels up from my leg to my heart tomorrow. So why don't I live my life to the fullest? What's wrong with that? I should be able to date. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just dating. Live life to the fullest.
You are
And,
hurting people. You're hurting these women and you're
yeah,
hurting your daughter.
yeah. Ingrid goes, what? I mean, Ingrid is like, I've heard this bullshit before. So Sean's like, okay, we wish you the best of luck. And that's the end of it. Y'all, how happy are we that January is over? My gosh, goodbye, January. Hello, February. February is the month of love. And you know what can keep your love alive in and out of the bedroom? It's Via. You can keep that Valentine's Day energy going and elevate your passion using the natural power of cannabis with Via. Via has developed a unique blend of pleasure-enhancing cannabinoids, libido-strengthening herbs, and a medium dose of THC all into one mind-blowing gummy called High Love. We're talking about pairing those aphrodisiac herbs with a mild amount of THC. Their best-selling High Love gummy will awaken your senses, increase blood flow, if you know what I'm saying, and intensify any sexual experience. Trusted by over 500,000 customers, Via is well-renowned for their award-winning THC and TH-free gummies, THCA flowers, soothing tropicals, and calming drops, all crafted with the highest quality hemp sourced from trusted, independently owned American farms. And the best part, Via legally ships to nearly all states in the United States in discreet packaging directly to your door with a worry-free guarantee. No medical card required. So if you're over 21, treat yourself to 15% off. And if you're new to Via, get a free gift of your choice with our exclusive code PINKSHADE at viahemp.com. I'm going to spell this to you. VIIAHEMP.com. Okay. Again, VIIAHEMP.com. viahemp.com. That's viahemp.com and use code PINKSHADE to get 15% off. And if you're new, you'll get a gift of your choice. Do it. Let's talk about peptides for a minute. If you're like me, you see the word peptide everywhere on all your products. But just because something says peptide on the label doesn't mean it's actually doing anything for you. And that's where OneSkin's OS1 peptide is different. Some peptides just sit on the top of the skin, but OS1 goes deeper. It's scientifically formulated to penetrate the cells within skin's deeper layers, improving key skin health markers like collagen production, hydration, and skin barrier function. And not only that, OS1 is proven to remain stable from the lab to your countertop. So if you're not getting results from your peptide, it might be time to take a closer look. All of OneSkin's topical supplements are backed by lab and clinical studies. You guys know I've been using OneSkin's face topical supplement for months. You guys, my skin looks great. It is completely working for me. I need anything I can these days to help with the collagen production, and this is really working for me. OneSkin was founded in 2016 by an all-woman team of scientists with PhDs in skin regeneration, stem cell biology, immunology, and bioinformatics. You guys, this is a bunch of smart ladies. Like I said, founded and led by an all woman team of skin longevity scientists and experts, OneSkin is redefining the aging process with the proprietary OS1 peptide, the first ingredient proven to help skin look, feel, and behave like its younger self. Get 15% off with code PINKSHADE at oneskin.co. That's 15% off at oneskin.co with code PINKSHADE. After you purchase, they'll say, "Where did you hear about us?" Please say Pink Shade. Support our show and tell them we sent you. Invest in your health and longevity of your skin with OneSkin. Your future self will thank you. That. Okay, now Sean says to Joe, "We reached out to all of your friends, and not one of them wanted to attend today.
Wow.
Why is that?" And he starts sweating in that velvet coat.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Is there anything you were worried they would bring up?" And he's like, Brian says, "FBI don't ask questions unless they know the answer,"
Okay,
which was
Brian, shut up.
great point, though. They're not asking the question unless they know the answer.
Oh, for sure.
She's not fishing
No,
because she doesn't know.
Sean is like a detective. Yeah, that goes in knowing the answer. Yeah, for sure.
Right. She's a detective that is given all the information and the questions on a card.
Yes, that
She's
is
not
true.
a detective that did any work herself.
No.
No. Or even watches the program. So Sean says, "Magna, when you met Joey's friends in Florida, did you feel he might be hiding something from you?" And every person is like, oh, they're all leaning forward. They're all looking, they're all so excited. They're like, "We've sat here for 2 days.
Yeah.
Finally, something's going to happen." So then we see the footage from the pool party. And this is the same pool party because did you hear the bad audio?
Yeah, it's not good audio. Yeah.
That's why
But
I
they
know it's the
didn't
same pool
include the
party.
clips of the ladies pursing their lips like huge giant duck clips and arching their backs,
We only
unfortunately.
saw the one girl doing it, but she had dipped her feet in the pool because she was hot from all that posing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Stephanie and Rob, we saw them last time too. They're like, "He's a dog, he's a da, da." But
Yeah.
now the real truth comes out. This is when he says, they're like, "Oh, are you excited you're gonna go see Magna?" And he says, "Yeah, she's mad at me right now though, because like I didn't realize when we first started dating, she wasn't seeing anybody. But I was still talking to other women, and I don't know, I had sex with somebody like 2.5 months
I had
ago."
sexual intercourse.
Is that what he said?
Yes, we made fun of it at the time in the
Weird.
first episode. Yeah.
Weird. Yeah.
It's very
So
weird for someone to say sexual intercourse.
yes, it is. He says they did it. He did it with somebody 2.5 months ago. And they go, "Oh, wow. Okay. Well, does she also know that you and Jill dated?" Turn to Jill, pout, pout, pokey face.
Mhm.
And he says, "No, but like, no, you're talking about something that was 6 years ago. So no, no." So this is what we've already seen. Now, never before seen footage. And it's the two friends, Rob and Stephanie. And Stephanie says, there's no fucking way that Joe's future potential wife is going to come here and be okay with the amount of females that surround him on a daily basis. Okay. And the producer goes, you seem a little bitter, Stephanie. Have you hooked up with him? And she goes, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And
I was shocked. I don't know why, because she had portrayed her. The editing in the first episode when we met her was just like she was one of his bro friends. Like,
yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
I think after a few beers and the club's closing down,
He'll stick it in anybody.
And I think Stephanie was looking good that night. I think Joe looks at a 5 on a regular day and a 10 in the club. That's what I think. Yeah. And so she goes, yeah. And the producer goes, oh, so did you date? And she goes, no. She's like, shame. No, no. And then she goes, he's just a horny guy. He's just a horny guy. And Rob goes, yeah, he is. He is a really horny guy. And remember though, what they're not showing was from when we first met him. And then Rob was like, yeah, he gets all the ladies because he's so hot. And we're all like, calm down, Rob.
Are you into him too?
Did you bang him too,
Is
Rob?
everyone in this friend group? Joey is the Adonis. He's like the Zach Morris of this friend group. Very strange.
Stephanie goes, he has a lot of stamina and he's a good looking guy. And Rob goes, yeah, he's a good looking guy. We don't understand why he has to go all the way to Poland when Florida is full of good looking women. All right. So it is interesting that production has known this the entire time. But Joe never saw this footage. So he doesn't know that Rob and Stephanie said this, we assume.
Right.
He only saw the edit that we saw, which was like, Rob like, yeah, he's so hot. I want to bang him too.
Right. You know? Unless the friends told him. Or like, is there a falling out with the friends or they just didn't want to come because they didn't want to answer questions?
I think he was like, you guys, if they ask you, please don't come. Please don't come. I think he asked them, please don't come. Everything's good with her right now. Please don't come.
That's possible.
Yeah. So the cast is all like, whoa, oh my gosh, ooh. And Magda says, Magda, oh, now I'm calling her Magda.
I know.
God. Magda says.
Sean did it too. We're all doing it now.
Magda says, I'm sorry. Maybe I don't understand. Did you have some intimacy with Stephanie? And he just sits there and she goes, yes or no? I wanted them to flip back to Lauren going, yes or no? Yes or no? With his finger guns. And he goes, I mean, yeah, like I kissed her, but it was like a long time ago. And Vanya says, no, excuse me, pardon me. You just said you hooked up. Doesn't that mean sex? And he goes, no, it was just a hookup. And they're all like, that's sex. And Tiger Lily goes, excuse me, baby. You said it was just a kiss, but then you said it was a hookup. So like, you need to just be honest. And Adnan goes, you're in trouble.
Also, don't speak. I didn't give you permission.
Also, who's speaking to my left? I know it's not that woman that's on the couch with me. So Adnan says, you're in trouble. And Brian goes, let it out, Joe. Just let it out. And Joey goes, it was like so long ago and like we never dated or anything. And Sean goes, why is it so hard to tell Magda that? And he goes, yeah, it's not hard to tell her, but like, it's just not relevant to me. Like, you know, yeah. And Lauren goes,
not relevant. He
is mumbling so hardcore with his hand over his mouth. And Lauren goes, yeah, but it could be relevant to her. And Brian goes, yeah, man. They're like, these people are in your house. Like they're close to you. Like you need to like, yeah. And Vanya says, I understand where you're coming from, but it is a part of your past and she should just be aware of it. And Joe goes, I mean, I moved to another state and these are the only friends I have. And I can't help it that I fucked all of them. Okay. You know? So Lauren says, look, you know what I did for Faith? I made an entire list of everybody I've ever had sex with. And it's out there. Dates, times, positions. And Sean goes, so are you suggesting Joe do that? And he goes, yeah, why not? dates, times, then she'd be totally clear. And Brian laughs and goes, man, I don't think his memory is that good.
No, he said my memory's not that good.
Oh, Brian, stop it.
Stop it.
And Joey's just dead quiet. He's just like shiftily looking to the side and kind of has his hand on his mouth. And he says, Sean says, Joey, you are saying you had sex with Stephanie and Jill, correct? And he goes, correct. And Niles goes, oh dear.
Good gravy.
Good grief. And Magda makes a face like, huh? And Sean goes, Magda, how do you feel? And she goes, bad. I feel really bad. He told me he sleeps at her place and she's just a friend. And now I find out they have a past together. How can I trust him and let him sleep at her place? Like you tell me. And she's got a very good point.
She's not like threatening to scoop out his eyes out of his face and eat them anymore.
She will later, though. She will later.
She will later. I think she's like really trying to. I think she's still in shock.
Yeah.
Like I was in shock.
She's like, I hung out with these people and I thought Stephanie was my girl.
She asked you thrice, point blank, did you sleep with any of your friends? And you have lied to her so many times about this. And every time she's like, not one more lie. Tell me everything. One more lie. We're done.
I'm out of here.
And then you just directly lied again to all of us and Sean Mother effing Robinson by saying that it was just kissing. And saying these stupid excuses like it wasn't relevant. I don't think of her like that now. I didn't lie to hurt her. These excuse. Like, what is wrong with you?
He just thought that he had already like put the ixnay on that. And then
she came and visited. You're right, Mary Payne. Mm-hmm. She came and visited and hung out with these girls and thought that Stephanie was her girl. And now she feels like the whole group knew and no one told her. And
which is what happened.
And her boyfriend, it's humiliating to think that people are talking about you behind your back and not telling you things, including the person you're supposed to trust and marry.
Yeah, it's awful. And I'm going to place my bets. I'm going to put all my chips in on there's one more girl in that friend group that he banged.
And I'm also going to push my bet that Magda will still stay with him.
Yep. I agree. So, so when she says like, he sleeps at her place, like, how could I trust him to sleep at her place? Like they're all friends and be like, I got drunk and fell asleep wherever. And Joe says, I love Magnuma and I care about her. And I didn't hide anything to hurt her. And I didn't think it was relevant. And it was so long ago. And I'm friends with these people. And I don't think about it. It never comes up. And we don't talk about it.
It didn't come up when she asked you directly?
You should have been like, okay, let me go through my friends.
Right.
These are the only friends I've got. There's 10 of them. I've slept with 4 of them. I should probably let her know that.
Yeah.
Because the other 6 are guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she says, I'm sad that he didn't tell me because I trust him 100%, but I need to know if any other friends or someone close to him has a past with him. This is important to me and I just need to know. Brian says, Magda, I hope you reconsider if you're upset. Like you guys are obviously in love and it's refreshing and nice to see. You just get past this bullshit. You guys will be good. And Vonnie's like, yeah.
Brian is saying, stay with the man who has lied to you repeatedly.
Yeah. Well, Brian's like, and if not, I've got ring number 8 in my couch at home.
Mm-hmm. How old are you again? Under 25? Perfect.
She looks strong. She's an athlete. Yeah.
She can help. Yes. She can help
out
him in the bathroom and stuff. Yeah. In the shower.
And she says, just be honest with me right away. Look, I'm not trying to change him. I want him to be happy and I want him to be with his friends. I just need to know. And that's it. Just tell me. Joe and Magda, we look forward to see what's going to happen in the future and we wish you the best.
Oh my God.
That's it. And it's a wrap. Niles squishies the screen and Matilda doesn't even blink. Today was the day she said no more.
No more. It's not cute anymore.
She said, I no more squishy squishy.
Mm-mm.
Everybody walks off. And Joe is I guess he's talking to the production and he goes, I mean, we already went over it and then we moved on. And I don't think we need to keep going over it. We just keep repeating the same arguments. No, this is not the same
This is a
argument. This is an
different thing,
entirely different girl.
and it's going to keep happening with each girl that is revealed to her.
And by the way, now every single girl they meet, she's going to have to question. I would.
Uh-huh.
I would question a second cousin. I'd be like, she's pretty.
And
I
like
would.
part of me thought because Magda was so calm about the whole thing that she already knew this, and
Uh-huh.
this was like a setup for production to be revealed at Tell All, but she
Yeah.
already knew. But I don't think Joey's that good of an actor because he looked like he was about to cry,
He was definitely like, what the fuck?
like a little boy
He's
who's
like,
been caught by his mom.
we have 8 minutes left and this shit comes out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he came in so confident to this Tell All.
If not, you could just
They
look at
got nothing on
Stephanie.
me.
Stephanie was definitely going to make a TikTok and expose him anyway.
Yeah.
She was just waiting. She's like, hey, this is my time to shine. So, okay. So he passes Adnan in the hall. Adnan goes, are you in trouble? And he goes, I don't know, probably. So we see Magda saying, I want
I
to cry.
sense by your impressions of him that you no longer find him attractive.
I still find him attractive.
Damn it.
But he's just a mumble mouther. He's a mumble mouther, you know?
And a hunchback.
He's not a hunchback. He is a coat hanger shoulder. Yeah. But I still find him attractive. Yeah.
Coat hanger in that they slope down.
Agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. So, okay. So it was funny because Adnan passes by and goes, are you in trouble? And he goes, probably. And Magda says, I want to cry. Like, it's really hard to hold it back, but I'm trying to be strong. Like, why does the man I love so much keep lying to me? Tell me why. It turns out he's fucked the entire United States.
Mm-hmm.
She said a bunch of words there, but they bleeped them and it was in Polish. So I couldn't quite get it, but that was the gist of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I would feel the same way. I would be like, every single time we speak to a checkout girl at Nordstrom, I'm going to ask, did you bang her?
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is what you've done. If you just would have told me out front, I would have never, you know?
Yeah.
So he FaceTimes Magda and he goes, Magda, hey. She was like, hello, Joey. He goes, just calling to say I love you and I'm excited to see you in a month. And I'll call you when I get to the hotel. And he goes, I'm done. I just want to leave. So he goes to the back and they're helping him take his mic pack off and stuff. Lauren and Brian, this brain trust, who have all the legs to stand on, literally and figuratively, about anything. They're like, oh, wow, we thought Joe was the one that had shit together. Huh, he just got caught doing something he wasn't supposed to do. And Brian goes, yeah, now he's leaving. He's a grown man. Like, stop pouting. And Lauren goes, yeah, we're the same age. He's acting like a little kid. There's something just not mature about his behavior. And I don't think he's ready for marriage. And he needs to explain that to his girl.
I can't.
These two?
Brian is 20 years older than him and lies just as much to women.
Yeah.
Is also not ready for marriage because he's done it 17 times.
Right.
I can't. And then Lauren is saying don't pout when he's such a pouter when he doesn't get his way.
Totally.
Like, I can't. And lies. I can't.
Lauren says in a talking head, he goes, as far as I can tell with Joey, he's actually hurting someone. Are you indicating that you haven't hurt anyone, Mr.?
Right.
Okay. And he goes, right away. He deflected and he literally lied. He just completely shut down. He's supposed to be a man, but he's being a little bitch. Does that get me another season? See what I did there? Will you have me on the single life?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're just happy that they ended with him. So we're all left on a bad Joey story, like taste in our mouth instead of bad them.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. Look over here. We're not as bad. So Joey leaves. And as he's leaving, Vanya goes out and she's like, hey, are you okay? And he goes, yeah. And she goes, is Magda okay? He goes, yeah, Magda's fine. And Vanya goes, but why are you leaving so quickly? He goes, I'm not doing this. Sorry. And he heads to his car and she just kind of looks at production like, what? And then we see Magda ask her, whoever's in her apartment, her producer, she goes, is there 24-hour grocery here? And production goes, no, I don't think so. Why? What do you need? Vodka. Loved it. Loved it. In her talking head, Magda says, I'm disappointed. I need to know everything. And no, I don't trust him 100%. He lied to me again. We need to talk. And if you thought the scooping of the eyeballs was bad,
Mm-hmm.
get ready for what I got in store for Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. This
So,
time I'm going for eardrums.
ew. Vea goes, that was crazy. That was a lot. And Sonny says, he's so happy. The relationship is wonderful. Everything's great.
Right.
And Vega goes, yeah, I don't know why, like, it's not clear with Sunny. Like, I'm not converting. I thought I was clear on that. So, yeah, we have some things to talk about. And I got to go because I'm late to get married. What? But they have put in money and applied for the K1, remember?
Yeah. And yes, she has been very clear that she's not converting. He's just not hearing you.
Also, he could have just been saying that to be cool in front of Adnan.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. To be like, my father heard me and Adnan heard me. That's all I need.
Yeah.
So Vanya hugs Brian and she hugs Niles. And her talking head, Vanya says, I think everybody learned something from other people today. And, we can all learn and grow. And we've all been on a similar journey. And I hope everybody will grow, except Adnan. He won't. He always thinks he's right.
Yeah. Also,
And
Lauren and Brian are not growing.
no. So the talking head Adnan goes, I don't know. I didn't mean to cause the drama to people. I just say the truth. They can't handle it. They can take it. It's not my problem. And if you're attacking me, it's not good for me. Be careful. Okay.
I can't.
And her talking head Tiger Lily says, yeah, I don't know why people think I can't speak my mind if I'm with Adnan. Like, I don't have Stockholm syndrome. He's just the extrovert in the relationship. And, I'm just more quiet. But, we definitely have had our differences and arguments to work through. So, okay, I just can't wait to get back home and enjoy time with my family, baby. She
We
was wearing
got
regular clothes when she got in the car.
Oh yeah.
But she is posing in full hijab on the internet.
Yeah. Because she knows that's what's getting attention.
And I also think she's probably got a brand deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got nothing, not a single question about how Adnan is getting along with her children. Her
None.
older
None.
children.
Mm-mm.
I hope that doesn't mean that's because they're saving them for like before the night or after the 90 or
Happily ever after.
happily.
Yeah. In his talking head, Niall says, I am 28 and tonight it showed. I have a lot to learn. Tonight I realize which maxims need to be altered and which ones I need to adhere more firmly to. But I can't wait to squish Matilda's cheeks in person and start our new life. Squishy.
That might be one maxim you could. I don't think the squishy is a maxim, but it's a trope that could die.
We're done with it.
But he's trying to grow.
Yes. Now, never mind. Okay. In the talking head.
Never mind.
Never mind. In the talking head, Lauren says he knows it wasn't easy for Faith. And he knows she's been hiding her feelings for a long time. So even though it was painful and teary and brutal, she had to let that out. She was unclear in her feelings. No, I think she said, I'm done. It's a no for me, Doc.
I think he meant in the past few months.
Oh, okay. She was unclear and things can change over time. And it's okay. Everything's my fault. It's okay. I'm like Atlas. I can carry the weight of her world on my shoulders.
I can't.
And Faith says,
like, I want to cry, honestly, and how much I don't like him.
Faith says, yes, I'm thinking. Done. It was a good experience and I was hurt and I learned that if I'm single, that's okay. Yes, Faith.
Yes, Faith. So please don't have us see on social that they're getting back together.
Please, please. Brian says, now get ready. And if you have anything to eat in your mouth or about to drink something, put it all down. If you have a heavy object in your hand, put it down. You don't want to throw anything and you don't want to spit out your food.
If you
Brian
have blood
says,
pressure issues,
yeah, maybe
just
fast
fast
forward.
forward.
Brian says, Ingrid never gave me a chance. Let's stop acting like we're the Virgin Mary with two babies with two different fathers. And why did two daddies leave you before the babies were one? That didn't normally happen. Something is wrong. Something happened. You scared the fuck out of them.
I can't, I can't. I'm
Kimberly?
hitting things accident.
Kimberly.
What the slut shaming in hell on wheels is Brian? Like, two baby daddies, and it reflects on her. He was left by 4 spouses and 3 fiancés.
Mhm.
Then that, by all means, that reflects on you by that logic. So let's go with that.
I cannot believe this guy who
He's
tried to end
still
on live every day like it's the fullest. I could die. And, you're like, all right, he ended on a high note, kind of explained his thought. We don't agree with it, but at least, in his mind, it makes sense. And then to end with this, you're like, boom, this is who you are.
Also, he said the exact same thing during his segment, and he got an audible gasp from everyone on the stage, and he
Yeah.
decided to do it again. You
About
read
her
the
having 2
room.
kids. Yeah.
Yes, he tried to do that before, and everyone was like, "Oh, no, that's not good.
No,
That's not good."
not cool, man. Don't say that. Yeah. Yep. So Ingrid says, he dumped a lot of stuff on me. And someone who is so independent suddenly acting dependent, well, he just behaves so badly and he wants to justify it. It's a shame. Yes, all of
Yeah.
that's true. Brian says, I'm 52. Okay. Now he's 52.
Now you're 50. Okay, so you were 50. Okay.
He says, I'm 52. I don't have years ahead of me. 1 or 2 red flags with anybody and I'm out. Oh, really? Okay. I like Natty because she challenges me. I've been married 4 times, and the other day I said to her, "Are you number 5?" And she said, "Yeah." So yeah, I see it going somewhere. Okay, well,
Ladies, raise your standards. No one should want to be number Mrs. 5 Brian.
does she live in Brazil? I wonder because he has dual citizenship there.
Is she from Brazil? No, she's from Colombia.
She's from Colombia, but I wonder if she lives in Brazil.
Oh,
We need
he
to
got
go
dual
and look.
citizenship?
Remember, he got it with that 4th wife, and
Oh,
then dumped her because he was just doing it for the visa,
man.
the one in Recife. That he hasn't divorced yet because he's probably not divorcing her because it has to be a certain amount of time so he can keep that citizenship.
God.
Vanya says, the voice of reason here at the end says, today was interesting. My journey was a shit show, but
Mhm.
I cleared up what I needed to. And how many times do you hear exes just say, we broke up, but she's really amazing and she's really great. And I hope she finds a great guy. So I don't know. I'm not giving up on love. And hopefully I will meet someone who sticks around this time. And on
That's
that
nice.
note, I think she'll be on Single Life.
Yeah,
Prediction.
100%. Yeah.
Prediction. Kimberly, we did it. It's over. We have a break next week for the Super Bowl. Matt Sharp only takes a break for the Super Bowl, guys. And I don't know what's going to be in this spot. I probably will put Hey Bunky from this weekend, and that will be 90 Day, The Last Resort recap with me and Amy Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have to keep it tight and right over there because we ramble.
We do. Yes, you guys do. We all do.
Yeah, we
All of us.
ramble.
All of your co-hosts are
Well, like I
we're
said,
podcasters.
we're podcasters. That we're the kids that talks too much on their report card
Mhm.
and alienated a lot of our friends with our talking.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Uh
here we are making a living.
uh Pillow talk.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Brian. It was
Did,
very
did they
satisfying.
openly hate him?
Yeah.
Was anybody nice to him?
Not as much, no.
Were Niles and Vanya still there?
No, they left.
They left. Okay.
Brian came and everyone was horrified. Libby went over and shook his hand, but everyone else was sad. And Veronica was like, I held it together last week. I don't know if I can do it this week. I really don't want to, like, she didn't even want to be in the same room with him. Like, and
Good for her.
Tim tried to argue with him and like about his logic with this these horrible his horribleness,
Yeah,
and
uh-huh.
Brian just kept like refuting with like nonsense, and Tim goes, I'm having a real hard time here. Like he couldn't even he couldn't even do it. And then they like Kenny was like, what's your preferred age range for Brian? And he's like, well, how old is your husband? Like it's the same thing because Kenny has Armando who's young. Like they didn't meet on a forum for single gay fathers. Like
Right.
it's not the same thing as you repeatedly going on dating sites looking for a sex tourist hoe that's 25. Sorry, she's not a hoe. I don't blame her. I blame
Mhm.
him. 25 years younger than you. Like
He's hoping it's a hoe.
he's hoping it's a hoe.
Right.
Like he's repeatedly doing this, like pathologically seeking out women younger than you by lying about your age online.
What
Like
happened at the end when he said she's done something to have these guys leave her?
they didn't include that. What happened was
Dang.
they were doing these games. Also,
Uh-huh.
Patrick hurt his leg and needs more surgery again.
On
He
the
hurt
show?
he hurt his other leg. Yes.
Stop it.
They were playing flag football and he's like, that's how I hurt my leg last time and I haven't been on the field since, and I tore my whatever meniscus
ACL.
and like
Yeah.
ACL, and he like had wore that Robo Cop
Yeah.
leg
Yeah.
brace.
Yeah. Dad had one.
He's
My
like, I
husband
can't
did the
believe I'm
same
doing
thing.
this again. Second play, he falls and they have medics come over and the medics like check him out. They send him to the hospital and then you get the black screen of death and it's like
Wow.
he tore a tendon in his leg and needs surgery. So he's not
Oh.
returning back to the house.
Well, I would assume not returning back to his house
Yeah.
and just not returning to Vegas either. We'll be having surgery
Yeah.
in Florida.
Also,
Oh,
maybe Vanya put a spell on him because he has not been nice about her all season. So,
wow. I will tell you guys that the only thing I'll tell you about my texting with Veronica, because we were texting as friends. She did say that about Adnan, because I was like, I cannot believe like you're sticking up for Adnan. And she said, it's not that I'm sticking up for him. It's just that production will be like, do you have anything nice to say about him?
yeah. And
Because
then
it's
they'll
sort of
use
like
that part.
there's everybody's just piling on. Can you kind of think of something nice to say so that we could at least have that? So that's what she was like, no, I think he's horrible.
And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they do want him for another season of something, and
Mhm.
then they need him to not be like the most hated cast member because they get so much flack when they put on like Big Ed or Angela,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they probably wanted to make it look like people found him more charming than we actually did.
Maybe, but nobody did. And I mean, it's like Shekinah and Sarper. Like everybody hates them, but they're going to be back on.
Yeah, I think some people actually like Sarper. They think he's funny
Amy
and
Archer thinks
knowing.
Amy Archer thinks he's hilarious.
Yeah,
That's why I got her a cameo
yeah.
for her birthday. Yeah. It was like, here I am, the biggest asshole in all of 90 Day history. Yeah. By the way, I'm on Cameo. Just let you know.
Get a cameo from Mary Payne.
Get a cameo, guys. I'll be funny.
But
I'll
then
talk a long
Brian
time.
left early, and then
Oh,
so we didn't get to see like he just left, like, and it was weird because even Veronica was like, "Come on, you're leaving," and then like he left, and so
he left because he was mad because they were being mean to him.
I don't know, but he did not stay to watch the whole show. So that was very strange. Maybe because he knew he said that horrible thing about Ingrid at the end. I don't know.
Uh-huh. Maybe they're like, let's get him out of here before
Yeah,
they roll him into the ocean.
yeah.
Because oof.
They were really grossed out that he went on the dating apps like 20 minutes after and went out with another girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody had nice things to say about
Mm. Now I'm gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
Everybody, Kimberly and Katie. Kimberly, are you going to cover the Dateline that was on this past Friday? Because I watched it.
Yes, indeed.
Trying to remember what. Oh, it was about Sante Kimes.
Which I did not know.
I did.
I didn't know.
How did I already know that? When they said Sante Kimes, I was like, oh yeah, she killed that thing. And how did I know?
I didn't know anything. I don't know how. Katie and I had no clue.
She didn't know either.
No.
I got to figure out. Somebody let me know because maybe I heard it on My Favorite Murder, but I've heard the story.
That's possible. Or
And I knew
do
what
you
she
like
looked like.
remember it from back then? Because
No.
apparently it was international news when it happened, yet I did not hear of it. But I was not into true crime or news at that time.
I don't know, because when they showed Keith interviewing somebody from a long time ago about it, he definitely looked like it was 25 years ago.
It
I mean,
was.
it was a long
It
time
was
ago.
not like the 2000 or 1990. Well, it originally happened in 1998. So, yeah.
Hmm. I don't know if I was into true crime in 1998.
I don't know if, yeah.
I don't know, but I definitely remembered it. I remember exactly what she looked like. I remember the weird hand holding with the son and the whole thing.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
didn't
I
know
remember
that.
being like,
And
"What's up with mom and son? That's
yeah,
weird." Yeah. Anyway, that's great. So I'm so glad you guys are covering it. So
yeah.
that'll be out on Tuesday on Patreon, Wednesday on Free Feed.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Okay. I'll be listening. I'll be taking a mental health break from covering Love is Blind and listening to that. And guys, let's see what else is happening here. I've got Gibson Johns of Gabbing with Gib rather. He's a Bravo journalist, air quote.
Mhm.
He's great, and he also knows how to go to Nantucket because he goes there every summer. So he's going to give me and Matt all the things to do, places to stay when we're in Nantucket.
You're going to Nantucket with Matt Marr?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Do you want to come?
Yeah.
We have a very small invitation list. And because I just mentioned it out loud means that you're invited because I don't mention it to everybody.
No, I feel like you said it and then we're like, oh, shouldn't have said
No, 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 I didn't. No, believe me, I've been very careful who I say it to.
it. I
Yeah,
have no way of getting to Nantucket. I'm
you
not
do. It's
flying right
called,
now.
well, it would be in May. Will you be okay by May?
Yeah, maybe.
All right, everybody, we've already said everybody gets their own room, their own bathroom. Nobody's going to bitch about how much anything costs. We're just going to throw money at the problem so we can all have our own space
Yeah.
and that no activities are required.
Uh-huh.
You could go and do what you want or you
Oh,
don't have
wow.
to.
Sounds like a dream.
We're going to dinner. You can come. We don't care if you don't. Just stay home. We don't care.
That sounds like the best housewives trip ever.
We're going to go shopping. Do you want to come? You don't? All right, we'll see you later.
Incredible.
We're going to the beach. Are you coming? Bring your headphones. You don't even have to talk to us. Yes.
This is the best.
That's how we like to travel.
Yeah,
We like to set our expectations ahead of time.
I love it.
Yeah. So think about it. And once we come up with the actual date, we're waiting to hear about Matt's nephew's high school graduation or something.
Okay,
Once we find that date, well, we can knock that date out and then we're going to do it.
I love it.
And we're going to be fancy.
Girl.
We're going to be fancy. And by the way, since I realized, you guys, when I was doing my 1099s, that I literally forgot to pay Kimberly for 2 months of work, you're going to have a little chunk of money you didn't even know was coming.
And what did I say to you? I said, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the love of the game.
Yeah. To which I said, well, you're mistaken. You should be doing it for the money.
You should really be doing it for the money.
You really actually should be doing it for the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just let it swirl around. Let it swirl around. Any people that are from Nantucket and know how to be bougie, let us know because we're going to be really into all the bougie things.
I love it.
I'm starting to save my money now. All right, everybody, follow us on Instagram at Pink Shade Pod at Dateline. And I've just upped my social media game big time. So get ready because
Oh my goodness.
get ready. Things are happening. Things are
Oh,
happening on Instagram and TikTok. Get ready.
is TikTok staying around?
I don't know. I guess so. I today when I had my red light therapy mask on, and that is the 15 minutes that I allow myself to look at TikTok. And then I put it away. It's called, what's the word? It's called
Moderation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Discipline.
discipline. Everybody follow Kimberly and Katie, follow me, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Ads not read by me, Mary Payne, don't necessarily reflect the views of Pink Shade. If you'd like to listen to ad-free, you're going to go on over to Supercast or Patreon, and you can find the links to Pink Shade Prime at pinkshadepodcast.com.